Well, thank you so much for talking to me about The Hobbit, final journey to Middle-earth, and I really feel like you had so much to play with in this film. Was it kind of your favourite one?
It is. I mean, I think the setup for this film is really interesting because we allowed the audiences to dislike Thorin and to disagree with him, and I did the same, and there were so many moments where I was angry at Thorin for making the choices that he did and for being so single-minded and pig-headed, and all of those traits that he has in the first two movies are just exacerbated so much in the third film, and if the dragon sickness were to do anything to us, it would exaggerate our worst qualities. And in Thorin, it's a sense of paranoia and isolation. And ultimately, he ends up alone in the bowels of his kingdom, rich in wealth, but so poor in everything else. And we find him redeemed ultimately.
I see, like the nice moral story there.
Yeah.
What was it like that final moment? Cut was called in your last scene.
The final moments for me are really the moment when he's turned around and when the dwarves leap from the mountain and change the course of the battle. It was one of those scenes in the book that it's so hard to imagine how 13 dwarves could possibly affect hundreds of thousands on the battlefield, but Peter just has solved it by pulling him in at the last moment and creating this phalanx that cuts through the battle and changes things, and the rallying point that he becomes, and it's everything that we've hoped for in our king, and I find that very moving.
Do you take anything from the set?
Yeah, I was given so many things. I was given my sword and my shield, the oaken shield, and the map and the key, so they were things that I cherish, but I have a piece of gold, and I have a tiny piece of the chainmail.
Well, that's quite nice. Just a little bit.
Just a little piece.
Did you kind of cut it off, or?
I think it would end up kind of getting ripped to shreds in that final battle. So you'd pick up pieces, but it's something I love about the way that Weta created the costumes. Like each individual link of the dwarven armor is engraved, and it's just so detailed. And when you see this movie in IMAX at the high frame rate, whenever you get it close, I can see why they put that detail in, because you see everything.
What was it like fighting with a CGI orc? Because I'm guessing he wasn't there, was he?
Well, there was somebody there.
Okay.
There was a 6'7" stunt guy. Or was he 7'6"? I can't remember.
Oh, wow.
He was massive, and he had a foot-long extension on his head for an eye line, but he was an awesome fighter. He was a great opponent, and he worked so hard to make those fights look good. And it was a real privilege to work with the Kiwi stunt team. They were awesome.
And on Monday night, I have to admit, when you all got up on the stage, I felt a little bit emotional. What was it like for you guys?
Did we get up on a stage? Oh, yes, outside on the red carpet.
You had a big picture taken, and I don't know, I was like, oh.
That was a bit of a daze, actually. I have to say that the roar of the crowd, and I was just really excited to get into the cinema and sit down and watch the film. So, although I was really happy to meet the fans, the minute the film started and the music kicked in, I had goosebumps. So that was my moment of being moved.
That's great. Well, thank you so much for talking to me, and I'm sure it's going to be a massive film.
Thank you so much. Thank you.